Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I cannot believe it is time for a first trimester recap. Like what? The time went by so fast, but also so slow because let's be real, the first trimester is not fun. At least it wasn't for me. So today we're gonna be talking about all of the crazy symptoms that I dealt with in my first trimester, along with I did put a, what's it called? A Q&A, like a pregnancy Q&A on my Instagram. You guys asked a bunch of questions. So I kind of just compiled all the popular questions and I'm just gonna do like a really quick rapid fire at the end of this video. But let's just get started. Let's get started with the first symptom that I dealt with in my first trimester. And I don't know if I even want to call this a symptom because I don't even know what it was, but I know that some women go through this. So I'm kind of like, it wasn't just me, but also shocked that I went through this because I did not expect to go through this. So the first symptom that I dealt with was, I don't even know what it's called. I want to just call it like a pregnancy depression state of mind. I don't really know. I have always wanted to be a mom. I've always wanted to have a family. We knew we wanted to get pregnant at some point this year, like really no rush, but you know. So I was shocked that I was feeling the way I was feeling the first 4 weeks or 5 weeks of my pregnancy, because I was like, all I felt was like a loss of freedom. I like didn't even know if I wanted to be pregnant. I didn't know how to handle it. And then along with that, I also felt so anxious and so guilty and like ashamed that I was feeling like that, because I know there's so many people that have been trying so hard to get pregnant, and you know, like I was going through this like emotional roller coaster of like, oh my gosh, like I've always wanted a baby, but also why am I not as happy as I thought I was gonna be? Like, what is going on? And I'm just gonna blame it on my hormones because it only lasted like 4 weeks. And it could have also been that I hadn't announced it to anybody yet, but I was just going through this emotional roller coaster of like trying to be happy that I was pregnant. And I was just so shocked at that reaction or symptom or whatever it's called that I was going through, because I was like, never in a million years would I think that I would feel this way. I thought I would totally be that girl that just like bawled her eyes out on the floor, like crying like from joy that she's pregnant, and that just like wasn't me. And I just felt guilt and shame and so sad, and I was just really confused. But you know what? I journaled every day and I was just praying to God, and I just like tried to wake up every day with like a super grateful heart and just like, why do I feel like this? I don't know why, but it went away, and I'm so glad, and I'm so happy and so thrilled that we're pregnant. And I just can't believe that there's a little baby squirming in here and it's gonna look like one of us, and it's just crazy, and it's such a gift. And I'm really happy now. But that was one of the first, I don't even know if you want to call it a symptom. I'm gonna call it a symptom because I don't know what to call it. But that was one of the first things that I was just like, what was this? Was not expecting that at all. Like so shocked. So glad that's over. All right, so the second symptom that I dealt with was fatigue. Like next level fatigue, like no motivation. Even the thought of doing something was exhausting. Like I am not a napper. I've never really been a napper. Like I'm a quite like productive, task-oriented person. I like the house to be really clean and you know, all that stuff. So the fact that I had no motivation for anything and to get ready was exhausting. I needed to take a nap even after I got ready. Was not expecting the fatigue to be so intense. Like every morning, the amount of effort it took for me to even just get out of bed, so much effort. Like what? I was not expecting that. I was so tired. I just wanted to sleep and watch TV all day, and that is just not me. So crazy symptom. I don't remember my mom or my sister going through that, or my mom never told me she went through that. So I was just like, what's wrong with me? Why am I so tired? But you know what? It's normal, and I think a lot of women go through it. And my next pregnancy, I'm definitely gonna be more kind to myself, because I was just like so mad at myself that I had no energy and I was so unproductive, and there was dishes in the sink and all this stuff, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I just wanna feel like myself again. now I know it's normal. So if you're feeling really fatigued and if you're in your first trimester, just be kind to yourself, because it's just not gonna go away till you're out of your first trimester. At least that's what's like the common thing, that it doesn't go away. I'm now going into my second trimester and I'm feeling so much more like myself. It's just insane the amount of energy that I did not have for how long? 12 weeks. Oh my gosh, I am so glad that I'm starting to get back into just like feeling like myself. So that was the second one. The third symptom was probably the worst symptom, because my mom didn't go through this, my sister didn't go through this, and they did feel this, but they didn't go through it as extreme as I did, and that is nausea. Guys, it was so bad. I just could not believe how bad it was. I'm like, this is totally like movie style pregnancy, nauseous, bad. And I like was not expecting it. So I think it started at about 6 weeks. I started getting really nauseous. I started feeling more of my food aversions. Like I couldn't stand like the idea of like creamy cheese and like boiled chicken or like cold chicken on a salad. Guys, just made my mouth water. I was like, get it away from me. I don't even want to think about it. Like anything creamy, milky, like I didn't want coffee, like, which is a shocker for me because I thought that was going to be one of the hardest things to give up, was like my morning coffee. And I'm just like, I don't want it. I don't want anything creamy, milky, cheesy, chickeny, protein stuff. Like I just couldn't eat it. And it got so bad to the point. And let me just tell you that this nausea wasn't just like morning sickness. It was any time of the day. Sometimes it was in the morning. I had to like wake up to a rice cracker or else I would throw up. It was in the evenings. It was either in the morning or the evenings, like for dinner. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. It was awful. So I called my doctor and I was like, I need help because I'm not gonna eat if I don't take some kind of medicine that's gonna help me, because I'm literally throwing up every day. So he prescribed me an anti-nausea medicine, and I'm just gonna tell you guys, oh my gosh, it literally saved my first trimester life. I've been taking this pill for 7-8 weeks now, every single day. And it's the only thing that's allowing me to actually consume food right now. And I've been kind of testing out the waters. I'll be like, okay, like maybe I don't need the pill today and I won't take it. And then the next day I'll just throw up. So I'm kind of just seeing how long I can go without it. Now I'm at like every other day I'm taking the pill. So I'm hoping that by next week I'm completely off of it. My food aversions are still pretty strong, so I'm like really picky about what I eat. Like I just don't have an appetite really. Like if I'm craving something, it's really rare, and if I'm craving it, then I'll get it, because I'm like, when was the last time I craved something? It's been way too long. So I was like, oh, I just can't wait for that to go away. 14 weeks, I'm hoping that, I hear it goes away around 14 to like 16 weeks. So hopefully just like 2 more weeks and I'll just like be eating the whole fridge again, because I can't wait to just like have an appetite. I can't wait to be like hungry and just be like, oh, I can't wait to eat. And I'm like craving this meal, like cannot wait to feel like that again. But that was the third symptom. That was no fun, and it's still not fun. But get the pill if you're nauseous. You're like so worth it. Oh my gosh, it's so worth it. So that's that. The fourth symptom that I don't know, is this a symptom? I don't know. But the fourth symptom that I dealt with, bloating and cramping. And there was a point in my first trimester that I started getting a little bit worried, because I know that cramping isn't like necessarily like a normal symptom. Like I know bloating is, so I was like, whatever, I look way more pregnant than I probably should, but it's just bloating. I just know it is because I just feel bloated. You know when you feel bloated. But the cramping was something that concerned me a little bit, so I ended up having to go to the doctor and kind of just check on the baby and make sure everything was good, because I know that could be a sign of miscarriage. So I did have quite a bit of cramps. more than normal, because I know there's like implantation cramps, and I know there's like cramping like when your uterus starts growing and stuff, but like they were too often, so I ended up having to go to the doctor and do some blood work and all that. So I had to check on the baby, and the baby's doing really good. So that was the symptom that was a little bit scary, but also like it's good to just double check with your doctor, and you know, you can never ask too many questions about what you're going through. So that was one that I was a little bit concerned about, but all is well. So those are kind of like the biggest symptoms that I dealt with in my first trimester. You know, I did have like heartburn, and I feel like that's gonna last all of my pregnancy because I cannot stay away from spicy food. And I know I'm gonna have to get rid of it when the baby's born if I wanna breastfeed, but I don't know, I'm trying to like slowly, you know, wean off of it a little bit, or certain types of spices, but like sometimes I'll just take a Tums and go to bed. But sometimes the heartburn is so bad that I literally just sit up in bed and I just fall asleep. Like that, like a weirdo sitting up in bed. And you know, when you lay down, the heartburn gets a lot worse, so it's fine. I probably should stop eating spicy food. Okay, so let's start the rapid fire Q&A questions. I think there's 5 quick questions that I'm gonna answer for you guys, because a lot of you guys asked the same question, so I'm gonna go through these really quick. So the first question was, what are your weird cravings? Guys, all I want is savory food, like pickles and oysters, and I still am not sure if I can have oysters. I have to have like certain ones, but I need to ask my doctor on Monday before I just like devour all the oysters, because I know they have to be cooked and blah blah blah. So I'll ask before I start eating that, but that's all I'm craving is pickles and oysters and spicy food. There'll be times where I'm just craving like fruit, like all I want is like fresh fruit and like cottage cheese and just like really weird things. Like I'll just have to go to the store and get like cucumbers with ranch, salt and vinegar chips. Love salt and vinegar chips right now. Just like anything salty and savory and spicy. Like that's all I want. That's all I want all the time. And surprisingly, I've not craved sweets at all. Just like the other night, my husband and I made cookies, but like just because he like asked if I wanted cookies, and I was like, yeah, sure. But like no sweets at all for me. Like that was probably the first sweet I had in my first trimester. Have not craved sweets. That's why I think it's a boy, because that's like a wife's tale, isn't it? What is that called, wife's tale? I think it's a boy. But so those were some of the weird cravings I had. Question number 2. Were you guys trying? Was it a planned pregnancy? So it's kind of funny because it's like a yes and no. We actually tried the month before we got pregnant, and we're like, let's just see if like I get pregnant. Like my sister took like 6 months to get pregnant. I hear a lot of people, it takes like at least within a year to get pregnant. So I was like, oh, like we won't get pregnant for a while. It's fine. Like let's just see. So we tried. I didn't get pregnant. And then the next month we both talked about it. We're like, oh, let's just wait like a couple more months. Like we can just wait a couple more months. Like we just decided. So we didn't try that month. And then I got pregnant. So I actually don't really know how I got pregnant. I feel like it's just a God thing. So I'm like, maybe my ovulation spikes were different than normal ovulation spikes. I don't know. I just don't know how it happened, but we got pregnant and we're so happy. So that was number 2. Number 3, do you have names picked out? So we do have names picked out, kind of. We have like more girl names than boy names, and we really need a boy name because I am like 99.8% sure that it's a boy. Like I would like go buy a boy bedroom set because I'm so sure that it's a boy, and I don't know why, I just have a feeling. So if it's a girl, I'm gonna be so jaw dropped, shocked. By the way, we are gonna be doing a gender reveal, probably like the end of July, early August. So that's gonna be really fun, but I will just be on the floor like shocked if it's a girl. like just shocked. I think it's a boy. But we do have names picked out. We have a couple of girl names and we have like 1 or 2 boy names, but we're not like super set on them. I feel like boy names are so hard to like pick out. I don't know why, but no really boy names that I'm like, yes, that's it. But we do have a girl name that I'm like, oh, so cute. So yes and no. The next question is the due date. So I've had 2 different due dates so far. I've only had like 2 appointments and I have another one Monday. It's Saturday on Monday. I've gotten December 6th and December 10th. I think it's gonna be sooner. My doctor is like, there's no way you're gonna be pregnant during Christmas, so thank God. But probably be pregnant during Thanksgiving, which is fine. I'll be fine just eating all the feasts during Thanksgiving. But I think it's gonna be like early December. I have a feeling it's gonna be like early December. December 6th does sound right, but we'll see. It's kind of around that date. But the nice thing about December is that there's no other birthdays in our families, both of our families, that have a birthday in December. So it's kind of nice if it's like an early December. It's kind of cute. And I love Christmas. It's gonna be like the cutest little baby with the cutest little Christmas clothes on. I cannot wait to just like eat the child. Not really, but like just kiss it everywhere, all the rolls. Oh, cannot wait. So the last question is, do I specifically want a boy or a girl? I've always wanted a girl. I told my husband that if we don't get a girl after the 2nd try, then I'll probably want to try again. And if we don't get a girl after that, then it's fine. I'm gonna live with the fact that I'm gonna have 3 boys and it's gonna be amazing. And I just never pictured myself as like a full-on boy mom, but that's what God wants to give me. That's what I shall have. We don't want more than 3 kids. He already thinks that 3 is like way too many. I think he's like so set on 2. So I definitely have always wanted a girl, but like I want a boy too. You know, like I want at least 1 boy. So if I have 2 girls and 1 boy, that's awesome. But if I have like a boy and a girl, that's awesome too. And I might want to try for 1 more. I don't know. But I want both, to be honest. I don't really care when the other one comes first, but I definitely want both. But I really want a girl at some point. Like if I don't have a girl, I'm gonna be really sad. So, you know, God, I want a girl at some point, but I think this is a boy and I'm gonna be really happy with my little boy. So yeah, that's that question answered. So that's it, guys. That kind of wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think it's so fun to watch these and kind of just compare pregnancies and kind of just makes you feel like, well, if anyone's watching this and they're pregnant or they want to get pregnant, that they're not alone and some of the symptoms are similar. And you know, push through the first trimester and you're gonna be fine. I'm so glad I'm in my 2nd trimester now, and I'm definitely gonna be doing a second trimester recap, as long as a 3rd trimester recap, and a lot of other fun videos in between. So don't forget to tell me what else you guys wanna see on my channel. I'm in a stage where like open for anything, open for different things. I'm kind of just seeing where I fit in the YouTube vibe. I definitely like lifestyle stuff, but like also love like Jesus stuff and like devotional stuff and just lots of encouragement and all that good stuff. So whatever you guys want to see, let me know. Comment down below, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and follow me on my Instagram, because I'm way more active on Instagram, but I'll still be doing every other week on YouTube for now. Yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.